Hello, my name is Brooke Holsonback, and this is my branding ID presentation for Sweet Tooth Gummies. This is the creative briefing for the company. They state what they're looking for, which is a logo using the brand's chosen Pantone color, an identity package including business cards, letterhead, and envelope, as well as a prototype of their package. They go into detail about what makes up their company, their products, what they do, their desired message, target audience, competitors, and give a word list that reflects their brand. This is the word art I created from the word list given. They chose momentary, enjoyable, sweet, happy, gummy, colorful, anime, fun, hedonistic, and Japanese. This is the sample audience I produced based off of their target audience. One example I'll give is from the second image from the left. Her name is Tina. She's a 13-year-old girl who lives in a suburban neighborhood in West Knoxville, Tennessee, in the U.S. She loves playing console games, spending her whole day outside playing, loves to snack, and she has a massive sweet tooth, and sweet tooth gummies are her favorite treat, which she receives as a reward when she behaves. This is the inspiration mood board I assembled from packaging examples, illustrations, and photos that I thought closely resembled the look they were trying to achieve. These are logo examples of their competitors. I use these examples to base their logo design from. They're Swedish Fish, Black Forest, Haribo, Sour Patch Kids, Trolley, and Lifesaver Gummies. These were some display fonts that I chose. I thought these communicated a fun and inviting feeling while not sacrificing legibility. These were the info level fonts that I went with. I picked these because they have that fun feeling to them while also being neat and easier to read at smaller sizes. These are the 12 logo idea sketches that I produced. I went with mostly different types of gummies to communicate clearly that they're a candy brand. My three favorite I chose to reiterate were numbers 1, 7, and 10. These were the 10 concepts that I produced for sketch number 1. I picked fonts that I thought a candy brand would use. Ultimately, I went with the second design from the left on the top row. These were the 10 concepts that I produced for sketch number 7. I liked most of these. It was hard to pick my favorite, but I went with the first design on the top row. These were the 10 concepts that I produced for sketch number 10. This one was my favorite of the 3. So many of these combinations worked well together. I went with the first design on the top row for this one as well. This is the logo test of the first design. I felt that these elements together accurately displayed the brand and were appealing to the eye. This is the logo test for the second design. I felt these elements together were appealing and represented the brand well. This is the logo test for the third design. Again, this was my favorite combination. I felt that these elements together best displayed the brand accurately and looked the best. This is the final black and white logo that I produced. I feel that the characters and font work well together to communicate the brand accurately. I also had a lot of fun creating this. This is my final color logo design. I could not be happier with how well these came together. The color palette I chose completed the design perfectly. These were my color relationship explorations based off their brand color. I had a lot of fun creating these color relationships. Ultimately, I went with the pentagram palette because I felt it best represented their brand. These were the horizontal and vertical business cards front and back that I produced for their identity package. I used muted colors from my color palette as well as sprinkles to communicate the brand effectively. This is the letterhead that I produced with the same muted color and sprinkles. I feel that my chosen elements accurately represented the brand. This is the envelope that I designed with the same elements that tie everything together so nicely. This is the completed identity package mock-up. Overall, I'm extremely happy with how well this turned out. It looks great and feels professional. This is the pentagram color relationship based off of the brand color given. I'm satisfied with how well these colors represent the brand. This is the first package design rough draft. I use muted versions of my color palette, girly graphics, and fun patterns to balance out the design. Overall, I'm very happy with it. This is the second package design rough draft. I use muted and contrasting versions of my color palette, girly graphics, and more fun patterns to balance it all out. I'm a fan of this one as well. This is the third package design rough draft. I use muted versions of my color palette, fun patterns, and girly graphics to bring it all together. Overall, this is my favorite out of the three I produced. Ultimately, I chose this design for the packaging design mock-up on the next slide. This is the final package design prototype. Overall, I feel like the color palette, graphics, and patterns accurately and clearly represent the brand. I am extremely happy with how well this turned out. It is my favorite out of all three of them, and it looks so good. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch my presentation. You all have a blessed day.